Hello everybody, I'm Lavina, I'm CA final student, and this video is going to help you about how to proceed with the exams. I know you may be taking a lot of stress right now, only 15 days to go. So what are the tips that you need to know before you enter the exam hall, and what you need to keep in the mind, because attitude is also important when we go to attempt an exam. Okay, so first thing is you have to give test, and when you give test, give it in the schedule 2 to 5, because your brain should be active while those are, because examination are conducted in 2 to 5. Okay, then we have corporate law and then auditing. When we study those subjects, you have to go through exceptions, limits, turnover, or greater than, equal to, more than, less than, जहाँ पे भी use रहा है, highlight that and make sure you revise before. And then keywords we have to write in exam, but what is also important is keyword should be within the context. It should not be like you're just putting keywords and you're not able to explain the answer. Then what mistakes are committed is one of those that I've got to know is कि आप जब अमाउंट कैरी फॉरवर्ड करते हैं देन गलत कर देते हो, कभी कभी गलत अमाउंट कैरी फॉरवर्ड हो जाता है प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन में, और देन आपका पूरा आंसर गलत हो जाता है. I know there are only 15 days, so we try to minimize the time given to question. We try to solve it all on calculator, and then in exam when we are writing it, we miss the steps. We don't write working note. We miss on the assumptions. These are the things that give us marks, and you have to write it. Okay, whenever you write an exam, you never quote the wrong section or standard. Only write section when you are sure about it, or else your marks can be deducted. I'll say attempt the question, but don't write the section that you are not aware about. Okay, then don't start with the hard question, because there is a tendency that you will lose confidence if you won't be able to attempt it. So आपको पहले के 15 मिनट्स मिलते हैं स्टार्टिंग के. यू हैव टू डिटरमाइन द सीक्वेंस ऑफ अटेम्प्टिंग द क्वेश्चन. कौन से क्वेश्चन आपको इजी लगता है, कौन से आप कॉन्फिडेंस है आपको, और वो आप पहले करो. ठीक है. एंड देन वी हैव लाइक एवरी पेपर इज इंडिपेंडेंट पेपर. आप अगर एक पेपर आपको लग रहा है ख़राब गया है, तो आप दूसरे पेपर पे उसका इम्पैक्ट मत आने दो, बिकॉज यू डोंट नो चेकिंग कैसे होने वाली है. मे बी वो पेपर टफ बना था तो चेकिंग ईजी हो जाए, या वॉट एवर द केस इज, यू डोंट नो. सो यू हैव टू गिव एवरी पेपर एज एन इंडिपेंडेंट पेपर. ठीक है. एंड यू शुड रियली माइंड योर ओन बिजनेस, बिकॉज एग्जाम हॉल के बाहर भी व्हेन देयर आर डिस्कशंस कि आपने ये पढ़ा नहीं पढ़ा, it just make you more tensed and anxious, and you won't be able to perform your best if you are stressed or whatever. So whenever someone else take copy, don't think कि you haven't taken copy, आपका कुछ हुआ नहीं है. Maybe उसका आंसर गलत हो गया और इसलिए कॉपी लिए, या whatever the case is, but you have to give your best. Okay, you have to mind your own and do your work. You have to attempt paper. Okay. एंड आई एम डैम श्योर दैट व्हेन यू गो टू एग्ज़ाम हॉल, जब आप सब बाहर आओगे तो सबका पेपर कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ होगा पूरा, पर यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट यू आर नॉट वन ऑफ देम एंड यू कंप्लीट योर पेपर. एंड हाउ विल दैट हैपन इज़ यू हैव टू डू राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस, चाहे आप टेस्ट दे के करो या कैसे भी लिख के करो, बिकॉज अगर एग्जाम में आपके हाथ नहीं चले, यू वोंट गेट मार्क्स, बिकॉज चेकर कैनॉट रीड योर माइंड. दिस इज़ रियली ट्रू, and we all know that. ठीक है. And then you have to plan what you will read 1.5 day before exam. This is like really game changer. क्या पढ़ना है आपको पता होना चाहिए, क्या चीज़ important है अभी तक एनालाइज हो जानी चाहिए. and you have to I'll suggest that आप RTP सुबह को एक बार देखो, और जो लिमिट्स हैं थ्योरी सब्जेक्ट में वो देखो, और जो भी क्वेश्चन आपको टफ लगे हैं इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स वो अभी तक आपने कर लिए होंगे, because that was your homework, so you should have done that. And अभी 1.5 days में you have to just maintain positive attitude and give your best, क्योंकि आप पढ़ तो बहुत कुछ चुके हो. मे बी आपको रियलाइज़ नहीं हो रहा है, भरोसा नहीं हो रहा है, बट आई नो यू हैव स्टडीड वेरी वेल. नाउ इट इज़ टाइम टू गिव योर बेस्ट, put all the efforts on paper and maintain a positive mindset. So if you are still struggling with the social media addiction, then what you need to do is that you, whenever you think of using Instagram now, ask yourself a question that what will help me in long term. Like if I use social media for a while, I'll get a hit of dopamine, I'll be happy, but in long term it will harm you more. So what you should do now is realize, and whenever you just go on any app, try to remind yourself what are you doing, because you have to study, because 15 दिन में exam है. Got it? I don't know the strategy of people who like study for 18 hours a day, 19 hours a day. I think really quality matters. In last 15 days, quality, like, it is so much more important. And because if you sleep less and you give like more time to studies, it's just that if you don't sleep, you couldn't retain the data content, so it won't help anyways. So sleep properly and retain the data, because quality of study is important also. And I really know कि एग्ज़ाम आते आते हार्ट बीट कितनी ऊपर जाते हैं, यू फील सो स्ट्रेस, टेंस, एनजाइटी, सब कुछ होता है. सो व्हाट आई टेल टू माई सेल्फ इज कि whenever you get closer to your success and goal now, you don't feel sad, you feel happy. So what it means is that when you will write this exam, after it you will pass it. So if you are going to pass this exam, then why are you worrying about it? When you are getting closer to your goal, you feel happy. I know you might be feeling कि बहुत सारे thoughts आते हैं, I know, but it's just how you can turn them around and play with them and help you get motivated. And there are some times that I direct my like anger emotions to work myself even more harder. Like how, if someone tells me, oh Lavina, how the hell you can do it, you can't do it, तुम्हारे बस का नहीं है. So I show them how it is being done, how you can do it. So I know you can do it, you can play around your emotions, and you can play around emotions. Sometimes you get angry on people, maybe your relatives, your friends, who tell you तेरे से नहीं होगा or whatever. Just direct that emotion and work harder, because sometimes letting your anger out on them doesn't help. So it's better to work on yourself and let them pass. There is something that you have to remember कि जब आप एग्ज़ाम हॉल में पेपर अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हो, मे बी एग्ज़ाम हॉल के बाहर बारात जा रही है, देयर आर सॉन्ग्स प्लेइंग ऑन, मे बी पीछे कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्क चल रहा है, देयर इज सॉन्ग्स प्लेइंग ऑन, वट एवर, देयर इज डिस्टर्बेंस, but you have to make sure you give your 100% on paper. If you're the person who usually wants like silence while you're attempting paper, no, there will be disturbance. There are people asking for copies, there are sometimes disturbance, so kindly you can try to give test in such environment. And time is gone to study. I think you have already studied enough. You have to just perform well now. You have to revise and perform well, and you have to have confidence in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else can, and you know that. So please make sure when you go in exam hall, you give your 101%. There is no coming back into the exam center once again. And when you write in exam hall, write the relevant answer. If you're just writing for the sake of writing, or you are just elaborating, maybe you're losing time on other questions. So don't try to exaggerate too much. Write in limit, because there are other questions to attempt anyways. So, and if you have like you don't know the answer, please do that question at last. Then you can have like immense time writing anything, but complete the paper that you know. Then you do that attempting one. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you love this video, if this really helps you, I know it does, but kindly subscribe to it and show some love. Thank you.